Hello, we're here with Karina Christensen from Ronnival Real Estate in Cerritos. Hello, Karina, how are you?
Hi, Alejandro. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Karina has been touring us the whole morning. She's taken us to three beautiful developments that she's representing. First, we were at Oasis del Mar. Then we headed over to Cerritos Surf Town. And right now we are at Moon over Cerritos.
Correct.
This is a beautiful place. All of them are beautiful, and we'll go into them in a bit. But before we started recording, you were telling me about how you think that Cerritos is growing up, and I wonder, what do you mean about that?
For so many years, Cerritos was just known as a surf spot. There was nothing here. Even when we came here over 8 years ago, there was barely a building here in Cerritos. And something happened during COVID that people really found Cerritos Beach and started coming here. They came here during COVID, they stayed, they wanted to build. And over the last couple of years, what we've noticed is that our little Cerritos is growing up. We're turning into a luxury destination, and it happened very quickly. Up to about 4 years ago, you could buy a condo here for $250,000. Lately, this is becoming harder and harder. Our average price has gone up. The demand has gone up too. Our buyer demographic has changed. The people that are starting to come to Cerritos have a more sophisticated taste, and they're looking for something higher end than was normally built here. And that's what's really changing.
You're noticing that many of the clients, the buyers that are coming here lately, they are people that have had experiences in Cabo before. So they probably bought a house in Cabo,
Right.
a property a few years ago, and now they're buying here a second house or just selling over there and relocating here.
It's, I think what's happening is that Cabo has gotten very busy.
Yes.
I mean, I think we can agree on that. And also a lot of people that bought 10 years ago, say in Cabo, have really experienced a wonderful appreciation on their properties, but they no longer like the Cabo that they came for 10 years ago or 15 years ago. And so what's drawing them here is it reminds them of Cabo 30 years ago. I can have what my condo is. We had a client here a couple of weeks ago that has a condo in the Hacienda del Mar, and they were like, for half of what my condo is worth, I can buy a home here. Their money goes further, and it's much more quiet than Cabo is. And we're still only 45 minutes from the marina, so if you wanted to go, you could.
And from all the marinas in La Paz.
Exactly.
I mean, how many are there? I don't know. But there's a few marinas in La Paz, and you're perfectly located.
Yeah.
It's an hour.
Oh, it's an hour to 55 minutes to the airport, 45 minutes to Costco in Cabo if you want it to be. But then you come here, and it's a completely different world. It's like Baja used to be, before Cabo and San Jose grew up.
But the market has changed a lot since COVID, right? Because back then, condos relatively inexpensive for the U.S. market were just popping up everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, they still are right now. We can see we're on the very top of a hill, and we can see all of Cerritos and construction going on over there, everywhere. Not everywhere, but in many different locations. And back then, a condo building priced in the 300,000s was probably sure to sell.
Absolutely.
Right now, the picture is very different.
Very different.
Right.
When we ran some stats last month, what we realized is that condos, even under 500,000, we have almost a 6-year inventory for condos, for anything priced, condos priced under 500 and especially under 300,000, which is not very unlike what's happening in Tisal, for instance, in Cabo. But for us, we don't have that much inventory, but there is enough to keep us going for 6 years based on past purchasing.
Yes, so at the current rate of sales, the inventory would last, the present inventory would last 6 years.
Yeah, the lower end condos.
Already built or pre-construction? Or
both, actually, both. Both pre-construction and pre-built. Even the pre-built ones that are for sale right now are not selling very fast. And I think part of it is that, prices have gone up, right? They are tripled since COVID here. And so people that were able to buy a condo for 150, 250,000 now cannot, it's a different buyer from 500, 600,000. But I also just feel like our buyer demographic has shifted. And so there is this change in buyer behavior where our homes that have sold over 700,000 year over year, we're up 500% from last year. Okay. There's just more buyers buying over $700,000. As a matter of fact, the hottest price range right now is between $1 and $3 million.
If we define the high end here as like 750 up,
I would say, yeah. And for condos, 750 up, and single family homes, about $1 million and up.
And that segment of the market, you're telling us that it's growing. Yes. There's demand, there's sales going on. Yes. But in the lower end, 500K down, that's
and there are sales happening, but there's just so much inventory. So a lot of things are sitting on the market quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So probably you could say that it's a buyer's market, 500 below 500, and it's a seller's market maybe in the higher end, or
almost. It's almost a seller's market. The reason it makes it a seller's market is that we just don't have a lot of inventory. Yes. Nice inventory. So when you see homes that sell very quickly for a good price, are homes that are nicely done, nicely finished, 1.1, 1.2, ready to move in a nice location. That's what's selling. And we just don't have enough of that.
Define a nice location. What does it mean necessarily like beachfront?
It is, not? Right. Yeah? No, not necessarily. I think there are, and we have different areas, right? We have Cerritos Beach and we have Pescadero and so forth. I think in Cerritos, people really value a view and being able to walk to the beach.
Okay.
So when I say nice location, 10 minutes from the beach, up on a rise somewhere with views of the ocean. That would be great. Prime location, of course, is anything within the first 4 rows here in Cerritos, or like we are right now up here on Gavilan Hill, which is a 7-minute walk to the beach, but you are on top of everybody else. So these are some of the prime locations that are going to be doing well, for a long time.
And tell us about the developments that you're representing and that you toured us today. So.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I'm glad you came up. What I like about all of those three are that they're very different.
Okay.
Oasis del Mar is a boutique community of 10 single-family homes and 4 townhouses, and it's located on the only paved road in Cerritos, which we have a lot of buyers that love Cerritos, but they don't love the bumpy roads, right? So this was a perfect solution. It's also only a 4-minute walk from the beach, but large homes, 3,000 square foot air conditioned, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. We don't have a lot of very large homes here because mostly we have 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom condo. So I think that that's a really great market. They start at $899, which is quite the value for a home. It's just a beautifully designed private community, gated with on-site concierge. So if you're looking for a larger home, but you still don't want to have your own house, that's a nice solution.
Yes.
The next place we stopped was one of the first resorts that was built here in Cerritos. Cerritos Surf Town was built almost 20 years ago. It's the iconic Baja look, right? With the palapa roofs, right on the ocean. It is on the prime beach. Like it is the prime location, of course, because they were the first ones to build here.
And that's right on the sand.
Right
almost.
on the sand.
It's on the sand.
Yeah. And you wake up in the front row, you are on the beach. Really great. The current owner has decided to sell them all individually. They were built as condos 20 years ago, but they were never sold. And so that is the heritage of Cerritos, is that project, and it's beautiful. You get away and you're like, oh, this is Baja. I sleep under a palapa roof and I can hear the waves.
Yeah, and if you're not when you're not using your property, that's super easy to rent.
They have an in-house rental property management team. They do a great job. They hold weddings during the weekends and all kinds of events. So there's always something going on there.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And where are we right now?
Right now, you're at Moon over Cerritos, which is truly the apex of Cerritos. We're on the highest point in Cerritos. This is a unique collection of 3 high-end homes that were designed by a Mexican architect out of Mexico City to fit the Baja lifestyle. They're very open, very casual, but the location, of course, is killer, as you've seen. The views are unbelievable. They're really made for the Baja lifestyle. Lots of outdoor living spaces, beautiful finishes on the inside.
They are really beautiful. The finishes, the materials, architecture.
It's very cool. It's unusual, right? It's very Baja style.
So that's what you were mentioning before. Like if it's unique, and if it's uniquely
designed,
good, right? Like if it's uniquely good, it will sell.
Yes.
What's not probably selling very well is a generic condo. That's right. Like
exactly.
And probably definitely prospective buyers should be working with someone who really knows the market, because probably a few of those are going to be late in delivery. Right? Because they depend on sales.
On sales, yes.
That's another good thing about the ones you've showed us, that they're either already built or they're fully financed.
They're fully financed, right? Exactly. And that's why we represent those projects, because we really believe in them. I can't take a listing on that I don't believe in and know how it's going to go, because it's our reputation, and we live here. I live in Cerritos, and I'm sure I'm going to hear about it. So we're very concerned about making sure that we present developments and projects that we believe in personally.
So you've seen Cerritos right after the pandemic, which was like a big boom, and everything was being built and being sold. Now it's kind of back to a normal kind of state. You've told us how the high end is moving, and the lower end not so much. In the next, let's say, 2 or 3 years, how do you think this is going to look and change?
You know, there are several more luxury projects coming up, like very high-end projects here in Cerritos. They're all, between 20 and 30 units. They're not large. They are not designed by large developers. They are designed by boutique developers. I think what you'll see is a much higher quality of products coming in here. I, for myself, know of several that are coming in here. They're going to be really stunningly, beautifully designed, and they're going to start, in the high 700, 800s, and going well into the million and upper, almost $2 million range. So that's what I think what you're going to start seeing here, and we really hope that trend will continue. Not that I feel like it's only luxury works, but I think that it brings up our whole area, right? And it brings in better restaurants, and it brings in a quality, right? Quality builders. I think the quality was a little missing in the beginning, but hey, if you paid $135,000 for a condo, that was fine. But that's where we're headed. I really believe that we're starting to turn into a much more of a luxury designation.
You work mainly here in Cerritos and also in Pescadero. So what you've said about Cerritos, does it apply to Pescadero as well, or do you think it has a separate logic?
Pescadero has a slightly different demographic. It's actually even higher end than Cerritos Beach. Pescadero has always been higher end. They are larger lots. It's much more spread out. They don't have any condos in Pescadero. It's all single family homes. So the larger lots combined with that tend to be a higher priced. And there's not a lot of crossovers between our areas. If you love Cerritos, you love Cerritos. If you love Pescadero, you're going to love Pescadero. But there's not a lot of, hey, I love Pescadero, but I'm going to buy something in Cerritos. It's a very different vibe. Cerritos is a lot more active. It tends to be a little bit more family oriented. It's the only swimming beach. There's a lot of restaurants here that are walkable. Pescadero, you are a little bit more in the quiet area, a little bit more removed. You're in all these beautiful huertas, farm to table restaurants. It's just a different vibe.
Yeah, it's a different energy. No?
It's a different
energy. More like meditative.
It is.
Mellow.
It is.
I mean, it's not that here. It's
no. I mean, up here.
Right? It's more active.
It is much more active here. Absolutely. Exactly.
Thank you very much for this conversation.
I appreciate you coming here. I always love giving tours of what we love. This is our neighborhood and our backyard, and we're excited to, bring more people here that get what this is. So thanks for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Alejandro. Appreciate it.